Sensational.
Welcome, guys. Sensational podcast. It's your boy Sammy. We're here today with Aisha, the artist.
Let's go.
She's an independent artist. She's a mother. She's a domestic violence advocate. And she's been out of the game for 7 years, but now she's back in the streets and back in the game. What's going on, Aisha?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
That's good. I'm good. I mean, Murder just came out.
Yeah.
So that's where the topic is at right now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're here to talk about.
Exactly.
And it is bombing, guys. That single, I heard it today on the way when we were driving. Man, it's crazy.
Of course.
Where did you get your talents from?
Where did I get it from? It's just been there. Like, since birth, music has been my talent, my ambition. It's been everything to me. Writing, I started with writing poetry, and that turned into songs. Singing has just been there since forever. And rapping just came with the flow, you know?
Yeah.
But this song particularly, this song is really trying to, like, reach out to, you know, the topic of domestic violence survivors.
Yeah.
Really kind of like the new fresh start into this year for me, career-wise, I would say. And trying to, like, release this song, and then from this song it's just like release after release after release, and it's like whatever genre I feel like it, that's what you're gonna hear, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't just do one thing, and I speak from my heart, and I tell my own story in benefit to help other people and other women or men or whatever, just to connect with people. And I feel like music is so beautiful like that. Like, it doesn't need to have a purpose or any kind of, like, really, you know, mean intention. It's just whoever connects to it does. But that's Murder for you.
I have to ask,
Really.
why Murder? I'm sort of curious about.
Well,
that
Murder
title.
is like, let's just say I had to decide, like, which is the first release to do, you know? I had to think about it. I was like, what do people want to hear?
Because you're coming out of the woodworks after 7 years, and it's like, boom,
Yep,
Murder.
exactly.
It's like, whoa, okay, what's going on here?
Exactly. I'm like, wait, you want to hear, what do you want to hear? You want you want you want me to sugarcoat it? Like, nah.
Yeah, true. Now we want the real shit.
Exactly. So I think Murder for me was a decision that I made because based off of actual audience and experience.
Yep.
And I realized that, you know, me investing into myself, me going to that studio, trying to mix and master Murder, pay for it, you know, have 2 kids at home waiting for me.
Yep.
Like, doing the hustle itself just to get the music out is, like, so much bigger than the experience of, you know, like, trying to do things half in, like, nah.
No, I've seen
I'd
like,
rather
the
go
work that you're
full.
putting in, because I follow you on your journey, and it's amazing that, you know, especially with having children, you know, and work and all that stuff, and still be able to put out an album. And guys, listen to it. It is a killer song. She's got EPs coming. What were you saying?
We got EPs coming. Like, we got Access Denied. That's
Yep.
coming out mid this year. We got more singles coming out literally every 30 days. We got singles coming out. That is the goal.
Yep.
And I've just been grinding. I'm my own manager, my own PR, everything. Like, I'm really just trying to just do what I can to, like, provide for my career. And, you know, after all the healing and trauma that I've been through, I feel like this is the time. This year is the year. Like, Murder coming out on my birthday.
Yep.
Me turning 25. It's like, that's just the like, beginning of this year, you know?
Yep.
Like, they're not even ready yet.
Yeah.
And I love to do every genre. Like, whatever my feelings are, that's how I write a song.
And that's what I love about your music, because it's not just one sound. You're able to, you know, pull whatever emotion out of anybody
Yeah.
through any genre, whether
Yeah.
it be singing, you know, rapping. Like, you rap, your rap is crazy. I think you might be up there with the greats in Sydney, man. I'm telling you.
Let's just
And your singing,
play.
it's something else too. Like, it's
No,
amazing.
appreciate that. Thank
You got your talented woman, and guys really follow her. Get behind her. She's killing the game right now.
Nah, I
And,
appreciate
you know,
that. For real. Thanks.
It's impressive, you know.
Nah, honestly, you guys ain't ready. Like freestyle wise, we got freestyles
Mm.
coming, we got unreleased coming, we
Mm.
got content coming. Like it's just literally whatever I can do to promote myself as an artist, just to get people, listeners, to really get me as a person
Yep.
before they get to know me as an artist. Like I
Mm.
want you to get to know me as Aisha, like, you know, she's funny, she's geeky, she's gonna make you laugh, she go,
Mm.
you know, like get to know me first.
Yeah.
And then when you hear my story, you're like, no way she went through that. And then you hear like the songs, like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to like get out. Like I'm really just trying to get people to really get me
Mm.
as a person, as a artist, and as a mother as well, you know.
Mm.
And I'm understanding this whole domestic violence thing. I feel like nobody really takes it serious.
Yeah.
But there's time for that, you know. There's
Mm.
time to have a conversation about that.
Yeah. And it's something that we will get into
And
as
we
well.
will. Yes, we
Yeah.
definitely will. But I just feel like right now my main goal is to really try to touch as many souls as possible,
Yep.
and really trying to get as many kind-hearted people in those same situations to really see themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like forget the other person, like see yourself though first. Like
Yep.
what do you want? Like are you willing to get out of that, to love yourself, to
Mm-hmm.
be there for yourself, to grow yourself, to fight for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just all comes down to how you really feel about yourself.
Yeah.
And you know, your childhood has a big thing in that as well. Like your childhood really does shape you as a person, you know, as an adult.
And speaking about childhood, what was your upbringing like? Obviously, you're Sudanese.
Oh
Um,
yes.
so tell us a little bit of your backstory. You know
I'll
how you
tell you
got
really
here to.
quick
Yeah.
how I got here. Okay, so little quick thing. So I was born in Sudan,
Yeah.
in Khartoum, in Omdurman, and when I was 2 months old, went to Egypt.
That's like an hour away from where my mum was born.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's nice. Didn't know that. The information today. Um, I well, like when I went to Egypt, I was like what? Yeah, 2 months old, like I said. So I stayed there for 3 years, and then I came. My mom obviously left the same kind of situation, like domestic violence situation with my
Yeah.
dad. Never met him or anything. Um, so it was just me, my big sister, and her, and we went to Egypt for 3 years. Came to Sydney for 2 years. Then we got the visa for America. Then we went to California, San Francisco, lived in Oakland for 6 years.
Mm.
Then from there, went to Egypt for another year, went to Dubai for 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
then came back here 2010 in Sydney. So I've been here ever since. Went to an all-girls high school, you know. But from when I was, let's say, 17, when I met my ex-husband, um, from there I was with him for like the 7 years, left 2 years ago. And yeah, I've just, that year and a half after leaving, straight in therapy, psychology, getting diagnosed, really trying to really heal myself to be a better mother, a better person, and deal with the trauma that I went through. And then now I'm here, like,
And what's it
2 years
like
later.
being as obviously a young woman of like yourself, to have moved to so many different countries and cultures around the world? You know, Dubai is strict, but then you go to California where it's you do whatever you want. Egypt
Yeah,
is strict, but
yeah.
then Australia, it's sort of
A
half and half. You know
mix,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, so what's that experience like? Like,
It's definitely an experience.
yeah.
See, like comparing all the countries together,
Mm.
I'll say America is more free. It's
Mm-hmm.
more like where you can like have fun,
Yeah.
right? So like there's more adventures to go on. There's more places to see. But when you come to Australia, like I think the reason why my mom brought us back here, more reason because they have more help. Centrelink, Medicare. In America, it's hard to live.
Mm.
Like getting what is it? Like the health
Necessities.
card, yeah, assistance with like health and
Mm.
also living and having to go to shelters and getting like all this stuff. Like it's really hard, and I think living wise it's easier with kids, especially going through so much
Well, I've always
stuff.
like how I look at America is it's a first world country, right?
Mm.
With third world problems. That's how I look at it.
I agree.
Because you go anywhere else that's first world, we don't have the problems they have.
No, they don't.
Like they try and sugarcoat everything and just
Mm.
put all their focus on Hollywood New
Mm,
York, Miami, all this stuff. But they've got
yeah.
so much issues that it's like
They
swept
don't
under the
really want to
rug,
talk about.
and it's like, whoa. I've never been interested in going. I've briefly was there for a bit
Mm,
back in the day, but I'm supposed to go there in August again. Not interested.
yeah.
I'll just go there for a look. But
America is
yeah,
good for the food, man. If
yeah,
you're trying to eat, you trying to go to the restaurants,
yeah.
and shit, you
That's why
go.
they're all fat.
Nah, that's
No, it is.
that's literally the what is it? What's the word? The you know scenario or whatever.
Yeah,
What's the word? I can't even find the word anymore. The reputation. That's the word. The
well,
reputation of America is the food is big, but it's true. It's true though. You gonna eat. You gonna eat. No, you gonna eat some good shit.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but nah, that is based on experience, and I feel like yeah, going to America for fun is more of an experience.
Let's go there, just have fun and dip. It's not a place to live. I don't think even Americans like being in America.
Well, that's a different topic for a different episode,
Yeah,
guys. Let's let's go back to the topic though.
yeah.
So,
So with your murder single,
mhm.
I don't know. Should we give people a listen or?
Oh yeah, let's do it. Do you want to do a live performance right now, or what's up?
Give
Like,
give me a quick 30-second
you want a
verse.
little preview?
Yeah.
All right. So, when Aisha's around, the move shifts. It feels like a high. The room spins. I'm coming out this a new bitch. I always provide the tools, kid. Just look in the mirror, your use. Liz got shit in your mouth is a toothpick. I always provide the tools, kid. Just look in the mirror, your use, Liz.
Ooh, that's nice.
Thank you. Well, that's a
Get
little
behind
sample.
it. Murder. It's out right now on Spotify,
All platforms.
all platforms.
We got you.
Check it out.
Check out the lyric video. The lyric video
You know, it's a
visualizer.
killer song, and she has another one out as well. And every
The
month
last one out. Every
she
oh yeah.
release. Yeah.
Every 30 days I'm planning on releasing a song. So this year, based on my future goals, is that Murder was like the hello, right? So it's just like, oh hi, I'm back. Aisha, the artist, is here. And throughout this year, my goal, like the whole purpose of releasing Murder on my birthday was for me to like have like a new beginning to myself, a
Yeah.
new like present to myself. Like, hey, you did this shit, girl. Like, you really did that, and now you're here, and this is the first like song for people to really hear you. And after this song, it's just more to come, more to come, more to come. Like rap, sing, whatever the fuck you wanna like release, you're gonna release it.
Yeah.
And the EP coming soon is like very heartfelt and really explaining, the journey of the story that I've been through. That's why I'm so excited for people to hear it because I really want them to relate to it,
Yep.
especially people who understand where I'm coming from,
Yep.
So that after this year, hopefully, after we get out all the trauma out the way, we're trying to release all the love songs. We got EPs for days. Like, this is only the beginning for me as an artist. And I feel like as a survivor of domestic violence and as a single mother of two kids, I can really relate to a lot of people that, doesn't matter what creative thing that they do in their life. All I
Yeah.
know is that if you're in that situation and you feel like you're not valued as a person, like you're not worthy to the person you're with, then why
Get
are
out.
you there? Like, you
Yeah.
need to get out. It definitely, like, get out and find your purpose, find your passion, find the thing that makes you happy, that makes you want to strive and really want to live in this world,
Yep.
Why are you here? Like,
Yeah. We
ask
all here for
yourself that
purpose.
question.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everyone has a purpose, but I feel like not everyone really had or has the resources or the ways to get to that, especially when they don't have support or
And the
things
worst thing
like
too with
that.
our culture is, um, they try to hold us back. We a lot of times we don't have a voice,
Yeah.
and it's you're shamed for it. By your family members and stuff like
Yeah.
for speaking out or this and that. Like, man, get the fuck out. It's not for you.
Do you think?
See you later.
Just
You know.
exactly.
Um, but how has it been for you? Like, how was that journey like from when you left to now, and the work that you've done on yourself, and how long has it taken you to get to where you are now, where we can see you smiling, and putting
Uh,
out bomb ass music. You know what I
okay.
mean?
I would say, okay, going taking a step back, I would say from the moment of leaving, um, and you know, leaving the house I was living in and taking my kids and trying to find a new place to feel safe. I feel like that all was like very traumatic, very emotional. Definitely had a lot of ups and downs, but I feel like mentally throughout the experience I learned that I have a choice. Like no one is going to just get up and give me an option. Like I have to find that option. I have to fight for that option. If I want to get up again, I need to get up myself. Like who the fuck is gonna be there to hold my hand to get up? No, I have to do it myself. And every single thing that I've done to this point in this last 2 years has been fight or flight, has been pushing, 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 like blood, sweat, and tears. Like nothing has come easy whatsoever. But at the end of the day, I don't make it as big as it seems, you know? It's just what it is. And I feel like the stronger you are as a person, the more you accept things,
Yep.
the more you can just move on and be like, you know what? That happened, that happened. Let me just take it as a lesson, make it into wisdom, make me stronger, be more resilient, get to the goal that I'm really trying to get to. And that should be the main purpose of why I'm doing this shit. Like, and that's what I'm doing it for. It's not just, it's bigger than me, just me as an individual. Like, I'm trying to help the world. Like, if not everyone's going to see it, but I am trying to help people that don't even know they need help yet,
Yep.
you know? So that's why it means a lot to me because I put my heart and my soul into it. And if it's going to go somewhere, I want it to go where it matters.
Yep.
So,
And because obviously you were married. Um, what's
yeah.
marriage like at 18? Because I could imagine being married at 18.
I would say I'm still a child. I'm still trying to figure out life itself. But I feel like when I was in love in that time, didn't have a dad growing up, never met my dad, and first male person that I trusted, not knowing that they were a narcissist at the time, but being love bombed, you know, going through trauma bond, dealing with that kind of abuse for so long, it's like no one can really say anything unless they've gone through it. So I feel like that's something that people don't really understand because it's like they just everyone wants to say, "Why didn't you leave? Why didn't you go? Why didn't you go and do that?"
It's not that easy.
What? It's like, do you even like you're not in it,
When
you
you
know?
invest so much into somebody,
Yeah.
you can't just wake up and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go." There's so much emotions attached. There's so
Yeah.
much like that you've embedded into that
Mhm.
person, or they embedded into you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you think, even if they put you through hell, you try to look into the positives
Yeah.
rather than actually look around and be like, "Yo, I'm in fucking hell right now."
Mm. Yeah.
But that's just sometimes how things are. Um,
It takes time though.
it's you're brave to walk away from what you walked away from, and not be traumatized. Obviously, there's probably a little bit of trauma there or whatever, but to be putting out very great content and
Mm.
to be you know strong and have the voice to even speak about it and to
Yeah.
just now I'm fucked up.
Be open. That's it. I got
But
you.
to to voice your opinion and have a voice for the voiceless,
Yeah.
especially some of these young women that are coming up, and and these days men as well that go through it, because
Of course.
this new generation of
It's not
women,
a
there's
gender thing
there's
at all.
something else, bro.
Nah, this
Bruh, I'm telling you, nah.
There's not a gender thing at all.
It's not a gender thing. It
I
used to
would
be,
say
but
this. It used to
bro,
be though. Yeah, it used to be.
bro, I've been out in these streets for 2 years. Some of these 25-year-olds, 24-year-old girls that I'm meeting, bro, hell no.
No,
They're like, let me go get a cougar, bro. What? It's like, what are
no.
they? How are they? Oh man, what kind
No.
of household are they growing
What's
up in?
going on
Oh hell no.
here? Like,
Nah, man.
nah, refugees have to like how to raise you because that's crazy.
Yeah, but oh shit. Back to what we were saying. Don't ever get started on relationships. It doesn't end. I can do 12 hours. I can do a 12-hour session.
No, let me tell you right now. Back to the topic. Shit. What was the topic? What I'm trying. Okay, let me talk about the future then. So
Yeah.
this year, right?
Mm.
I'm really trying to show myself as a person, as an artist, as an individual. I feel like I, you know, I have so much to give that people don't realize, and if it has to do with music or personality or energy or anything, like I'm here, and I feel like I really do want to share myself with people. Like I've
Do
been
you
isolated and stuff for
do you feel
so
like you
long.
found your purpose through pain?
Oh, my purpose has already been there with music, you know, but through the pain and trauma that I've been through from childhood trauma and also, you know, being in that relationship is like, yeah, I do understand the lessons I've learned, and I do acknowledge them, and I do want to fulfill them to the way that I meant to, you know. God put them in my life, and like not for no reason, you know. And the one thing that's really helped me is like my belief in God and being able to pray, and every morning, every night I'm talking to him, and everything's making sense because of him. You know, like he really gets me, and that's the main thing that's kept me pushing, you know, on the days where I was so low or I didn't feel like mentally I could make it. It's the things that are happening or coming up in my life where I'm like, oh, you know, I asked for this, and now he's actually really listening to me. Like being with God, listening to him, like you don't really have to have a specific religion to really believe in something higher than you, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can really just believe in that someone's looking after me, someone cares about me, and they want me to like tell somebody something. That's how I see it.
So you were saying like childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Not to get to specific details, but how did you deal that at your younger age?
I think, to be like so honest, right? As a child, you don't really know how to react to things because you're a child,
Yeah.
and you're just looking up to the older people to really tell you what to do and how to act and how to feel, right?
Yeah.
And so when they don't do that, then you're like, oh, let me figure out myself. So when it gets to that point, to when it comes to like a teenager, you're like, oh, maybe I should do this instead or do that instead. But I feel like me now as a parent, as a mother, especially a single mother to a 5-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl, trying to create a young man and a young woman to be as respectful and beautiful and courageous and like have as much boundaries as possible. Something that you're not really taught, but you have to teach.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing it alone. But I feel like the main beautiful thing about that is like, what are they gonna go teach other people now?
Yeah. Well, it's easy to tell who's was brought up right when they walk out the house as an adult and who wasn't, because the behaviors sort of reflect on themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Out in public. But also, you mentioned before that you've done some therapy.
Yeah.
And what was your therapy journey like? What did you learn through therapy that you thought you could never have overcome?
Okay, so when it comes to therapy, I put myself with a psychologist, and I got 12 free sessions with her. She was really good. Her name's Lillian. She's from Parramatta, but she's amazing. And she is the one that diagnosed me with like CPTSD, anxiety, and stuff. But she really understood the trauma, and she really actually got where I was coming from without someone calling me crazy or thinking that I was just being too dramatic. She really got the actual intensity of the nightmares I was having and all that stuff. So she helped me navigate my own emotions, the flashbacks, all that stuff, to deal with the actual things that I was trying to really not deal with after leaving. But putting myself in that situation to pretty much do like exposure therapy and like be very exposed to the things that I'm trying to avoid.
Yep.
And then that's how I had to deal with it to heal from it. And then from there turn into me going back to music to like really let out the specific things I want to say. And but the funny thing is, like, the whole time I was not even thinking of myself. I was just thinking about how can these songs help someone else? How can these songs help this same woman that's probably crying herself to sleep, confused about this guy cheating on her, every single, like, like just actually seeing it from what can this song do for someone else? Like, that's my main goal when I make my music, because I'm really speaking from my soul, my heart. And, that's why I don't care if people don't like it or not, because, like, either you fuck with it or you don't fuck with it.
Your music lit.
Yeah, that's why I don't really care.
There's nobody that's gonna like listen to your songs and be like, oh no, it ain't it. No, it is.
No, thank you. I really appreciate
but
that.
also, with therapy, I think everybody should do therapy.
Oh, definitely.
We are all carrying something.
Definitely.
And you don't realize you're carrying something until you actually speak to a proper therapist, and they'll tell you, hey, this is what you're carrying.
Yeah.
I think it's healthy for, especially in marriages, in serious relationships.
Yeah.
It's, if you want to have a healthy relationship, you need to be in therapy. Not for long, but just sort of to eliminate certain
Any
things.
kind of doubt.
And then everybody's carrying something, man.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't care who you are. I've never met someone that's straight and just be like, yeah, I'm good. You know,
there's always
like
something
you start to
underneath.
pick. The older you get, the more you start to see through people's actions. You start to diagnose people just because of, you've just been around certain things and situations before. You start to see if someone comes out and boasting, oh, that's the weakest person in the room, or acting hard and this is like, yeah.
I see.
He has to. That's his boasting to,
Project.
to protect he's insecure. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
but everybody has traits. We all fighting for something.
Definitely.
We all suffering from something, and we all trying to get by. But when we can sit here and speak about our faults and also how we come back from mistakes and
Definitely.
trauma and shit like that. It takes a huge person to really do it. And you're advocating for so many young women that are scared, that have been in the same sort of situation, that don't have anybody to look up to. They think they don't have any help. They're probably dealing with it day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
They're gonna watch this and be like, "Yo, this is my hero right here." So.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You're a brave woman to, come here today and really, to get into it with me. We will get into another episode where we'll get into a deep conversation about it.
Definitely.
But, man, this is what this platform is about.
I think from what I said, the main message I want to put out to the world, to women, to men, to anybody actually, is just no matter what pain that you've gone through in life, take that pain and use it to some good, and just try your best. Like, I know it's hard, like the sleepless nights, not eating, not sleeping, not thinking, not being able to be with yourself, like actually struggling with mental health issues, and people don't really talk about it anymore. Like, it's just something so normal, and it's not meant to be normal.
I think the biggest problem too today, everyone's trying to fit in. Everyone's trying to be like the next.
No, stop trying to be like the trend.
Bro,
just be yourself.
If anyone knows me,
right?
I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. And I ain't trying to fit in no space.
Period.
Straight up. You know?
Little sugar.
Did I fuck it up?
The mic is just not my friend today.
But
But for real.
don't try to fit in spaces you don't. You know, you can't put a square in a fucking circle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, be yourself, and like, who cares if people don't like you? You gotta find a bunch of people that will do. You know what I mean?
For someone else though, you're trying to do it for you, and
gotta,
even if it's 3 people in your corner, even if it's
that's
like,
it. It's you three versus the world.
Nigga,
you know?
you just killed that shit right now on that broadcast. Like, what? That's it.
Mm.
You're like, oh, see, at least one of my niggas get it. Like,
Yeah.
That's it. Like, you don't really need a whole, like, 30,000 people. Like, you don't need to have a whole concert for you to feel appreciated as a person or as an artist or whatever kind of thing that you want to, pursue and put into the world.
Yeah.
It should be appreciated regardless, like, of the fact that you're doing it and you putting the effort and the time and the energy and the money and the hustle into the thing that you love the most,
Invest in people that invest in you. That's exactly it.
Regardless of people. Me, I'm an independent artist and I really, my hustle is, I'm a single mom and I'm an artist, like my own manager, my own PR, my own everything.
So how is it managing yourself? Like, because I could imagine the amount of work.
It does it takes a lot of work, yes. You need to invest, you need to save, you need to plan. Like, I have a good notebook that is definitely finished of all plans. I like to write down what I think, and I like to, plan things properly. And so for me, everything is like, there's no like, there's premeditation, but everything's for a reason. Every word is for a reason. Every sentence tells a story. So when the most thing I want from people is when they hear from me, they hear my story, they hear my songs, they really get me as a person first before they hear my music. Because they're like, oh shit, the music makes sense. Yeah, it's just a vibe. But what am I really saying? What am I connecting with you? Like, what is the thing from that song that gets you to come back? Because I just know I speak facts and I tell my story and I don't shy away from the real things that are hard to talk about. Like, I will say it. I will tell you. I can make it into a joke. You would probably laugh about it. You'd be like, oh, she's laughing about her trauma. Let's do that. I could do that.
Yeah.
But it just depends. Like, what are we talking about, though? Are we meant to be serious right now? Or are we trying to make a joke out of it? Like, we could do both. But in reality, I just really want to help as many people as I can.
Yeah.
And through my story and my words and my experience, I just want people to understand me as Aisha first. Like, I'm funny, I'm goofy, I'll just make jokes with you all day. I could dance, I could sing, whatever. Cool. Let's write all day. Like, music is a passion regardless. But when I have the intention of, hey, I need this shit to come out because I need this to be heard, I need these girls and these men to really get this message across their head.
Yep.
Like, if you didn't see the red flag before, now it's there. Like, type shit. Like, I'm trying to really help the most as I can. And not everyone's going to fuck with me, but that's fine. I don't really need everyone to. It's just the people that I need to that real.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so.
You mentioned before, and we can cut this out too.
That's fine.
ADHD. It's another thing we don't speak about.
I definitely have ADHD. That's right.
Hey, I have mild symptoms.
Nah, like,
without the anger. Okay, the anger is there sometimes, but it's not, not violence.
When it comes to anger, like, I put myself in anger management. Yeah. Like, I did a 6-week course in anger management by myself. I put myself in there, did it, and I was like, oh, this shit was actually useful. Oh, so nah, like, it actually is a choice. Like,
look, what I have to say about that too is people look down at people look at it as sorry, I think I just said too. People look at it, right, as a negative thing. I see so much positives. Every single person that I've met that has ADHD, bro, they are striving in a special ability where they just don't give a fuck and they just hyper focus and
Yeah.
hyper kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, if you're not listening in class, like I remember at school, bro, I didn't give a shit. You know, like I was just in La La Land throughout the whole school.
La
I
La
was like,
Land,
let's just get this
definitely.
fucking 12 years over. I got shit to do. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
to fucking
What
let
did
my
I
parents.
even learn from high
You
school?
know what I mean?
Actually, is the question.
But what was your experience like with dealing with
ADHD.
ADHD?
I think I'm like hyper focused on like either one thing or nothing. So like
Yeah.
I'm either I'm like, okay, I want to do this thing. It's like dun 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 dun, and I'm like, no one can even interrupt me at all. But then I could be in the mood where it's like I don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
So it's like nobody can force me to do shit
And
right
that's when overload.
now. You
Because
get overwhelmed, overload,
I go
too
through those
much.
phases too. Well, I can sleep for 4 hours a night for a whole month and just be active for the rest and
Yeah.
not stop.
Yeah.
And then when you hit overload, is you're just bed rotting
Yeah.
for like days.
Nah.
Your phone ringing, like you got
Fuck who
a
it is.
thousand things going on and you just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, it happens. You hit overload and then you just got to sort of
Yeah.
reset. And I've accepted that. That's a part of the cycle. You know, and then once you're over it,
Back again.
up out of the grave and it's like let's go get it. You know what I mean? Like
Nah,
it's crazy.
I get it.
You know?
Nah, it's cool. It's cool to really actually talk about ADHD. I think for a lot of people, ADHD is scary. It feels like
I love it.
Yeah, but I mean, like to other people, right? It's like it's a disability or it's
Hell
it's
no.
a mental form or
Nope.
it's this or that.
Nope.
And it's like no, it's actually really just
When you
normal
focus on
part
the
of
negatives
life.
and you go out and get the fucking subscription and all that shit.
That's
Okay, there's different levels to it.
definitely yeah.
What I have is actually ADD, not ADHD. But
Okay.
I don't know. I've seen really bad ADHD with some people I went to school with and some people that were just around that I was growing up with. It's like, yo, okay, you're actually fucked up. You know, like you actually need to be on medication and stuff. You know, there's other things. You know, but it is some sort of superpower because you're able to go when other people want to give up. That's what I find that's like beneficial
I get you.
with it, you know?
I see that.
But yeah.
That's nice to talk about that though. Like mental health is actually really important. People don't really understand
No,
that.
bro, I'll talk about anything, man.
Yeah, that's good though.
Don't give a fuck. So back to murder.
That's good.
How do your kids feel about your music career?
I think they're loving it. Honestly, my son in particular and my daughter, they both love seeing me in the studio. They'll come and ask me like, "Oh, what song did you do today, mommy?" And I'm just like, "Oh, you want to hear it?" And then I'll play it for them in the studio, and they both love to freestyle. So I feel like they really are catching on to
Teaching them something.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they got to pick it up.
Number one thing, like I'm teaching them that no matter what you go through, you're gonna be strong. You're gonna get out of it. You're gonna fight for it. Like whatever the fuck that you want to do in your life, whatever passion that you have, you're gonna do it. And don't ever give up, no matter who puts you down.
Never give up.
You know, I mean, I got bullied most of my childhood, so I understand when a bully is a bully. So
Who's gonna bully you?
I mean, that's the same question I asked, but shit, they did do that. So, nah, but for real,
It's probably insecure people.
Very, very insecure. Hence why I talk about childhood trauma, because I'm like, your childhood shapes you as an adult, and it's up to you to change the way that you see things and people based on what you know, But no hate to nobody, but it's a personal choice, and I personally choose to just continue to be the genuine, nice person I am, giving and loving and caring, and my kids will see that, and they will see the strength that I've brought out. I think they really do see from where I was to where I am now. It's a big difference, and I just want to, if I'm inspiring my own children, I want to inspire the world. You know,
when you have a clear mind and you're actually in a happy space, you're able to raise your children right too, because you're not dumping a bunch of trauma on them.
Exactly.
And where they don't understand where it's coming from, what they did wrong and stuff like that. So big ups to you,
Thank you.
Speaking of that, what has motherhood taught you um, before you're a mother that you've learned on your journey now that you thought you'd never learn, and what do children mean to you now? Because there seem to be like a huge part of your life, which they are.
Yeah.
What's the difference between before and after?
Okay. I would say before, as me being a child
Mm.
in um whatever I went through as a child, I would say I didn't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's just whatever was handed to me, what was given to me is what's given,
And were you
and I
ready
have
for
no,
kids?
like as a child. I'm saying like childhood
Oh,
wise,
okay,
I didn't have a choice of
yeah. Mm.
what was given to me as a child.
Yeah.
But growing up now, being through what I went through and having children on my own,
Mm-hmm.
now I have the choice to be like, oh wait, how do I want to raise these children though?
Mm-hmm.
What do I want them to show to the world?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was very focused on educating them
Yeah.
on certain things like consent and you know, being able to ask, like, or being able to accept things, accept no's,
Uh-huh.
and being able to be like, okay, no is a no.
Mm.
So, like, especially with my son, now I'm trying to make him into a young man, a
Mm.
gentleman, trying to make my daughter into a young, strong, independent woman. So it's
Mm.
like I'm doing that on my own,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't mind because I know what it is meant to be,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't rely on anybody else to really help me help them to get there. So
Yep.
I taught myself that, healed myself to be able to heal them and help them.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they didn't even realize that they went through that trauma, they won't even probably remember certain things, but I will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll know that, you're going to wake up, later on in life and you're going to be like, oh, I don't accept that bullshit because my mom didn't accept that bullshit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, she still fought for her dreams. She still did her music.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, we were stressing her out, whatever,
Mm.
at that age. She still did it. So
Mm.
I want them to do it. Like,
Stand up for
whatever it
themselves.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no way, possible, shape, or form that I'm going to have children and those children are going to accept the bare minimum. Not even the
Mm.
bare minimum, like, but accept abuse from anybody.
Exactly.
No.
Yep.
They will know their worth. They will know
Mm-hmm.
themselves. They will know what they deserve.
Mm.
And regardless of what I went through, hence why I'm doing what I'm doing now, is
Yep.
so that everything that I went through can come out in these songs, right?
Yep.
Let that swipe away.
And we
Now
actually
I
hear it.
can be me.
Like,
Yeah.
I heard some unreleased music today. Guys, you guys are in for something big.
Not ready.
She can
Not.
switch it up in a
Not.
heartbeat. Um,
Exactly.
just have your ear out when she drops some music. Tune in because she can rap, sing. I'm damn near sure you could probably do reggae music at this point.
Oh, I
You know
can
what I
do
mean?
everything. Whatever the mood is,
Yeah.
nigga, give me a beat, I'll freestyle on
Yeah,
it.
nah,
For real.
for real. Yeah,
Dead ass. Like, music
yeah.
is my passion, always been.
Mm.
Even if I went through whatever I went through,
Mm.
they will never lose. It will never take away from my heart, and my heart is music,
Yeah.
and my soul is music, and I'm always gonna speak my truth. Poetry as well,
Yeah.
like I do spoken poetry.
You know, speaking of, I've always loved spoken word. Is it spoken poetry?
Spoken word,
Same
yeah.
thing, yeah.
Spoken word, yeah.
I've
You're right.
always
It's
been
actually right.
interested in it. I've just never found a place here in Sydney that does it live. Is there actually places here?
I think there is, like, in Newtown. I think there's a place they do it every Thursday.
Yeah.
Where they have like an open mic for poetry.
Okay.
Pretty sure. I haven't done it myself, but I actually really want to go.
If anyone knows, drop in the comments.
My phone is here. I was letting it.
Yeah.
Nah, for real. I mean, I could read a poem
Yeah, go for it.
if you want. Okay, you're find one. Not sure what type. You can give me a topic you want.
Go off any topic.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna read this one. It's just called poem. I just named a poem. So it's the first one I found. So I guess I'll just read that. Um, okay, poem. You know you don't know what you got until you lose it, right? Didn't you know? I think sometimes we just get things out of sight. But also, I need you to understand that some things just come once in a lifetime, and we don't have the time to make things right sometimes. Just depends. How much does it mean to you? Would you die for it? Would you fight for it? Would you even be accountable for it? Or would you just ask the question? How many times do I have to mention that I'm feeling down or I'm feeling sad? Or even just from the look on my face, I thought you could tell. And maybe I wouldn't have had to dwell for so long about my own fairy tale, but chasing myself around in circles because you don't care. I'm tired of being like this. I'm tired of being lost. Maybe feeling lost like the people I loved, never loved or learned, or even thought to think that maybe I just need a hug. Maybe I need a pat on the back. Don't worry, I do that for myself, but I, sorry if it's too much to ask. I just want love and support. If you can't offer it, then get off my board. I really don't have time. I'm trying to change my life and see things in a brighter sight. I just need time to heal. I want to heal and I'm not finished yet. I have had more of unravel than it is travel and more to process than I'm on a good track, but I'm proud because I'm the reason why life is going the way it is. You see that I'm a queen, I'm the only one of a kind, and I really am willing to stand up straight. I always speak my mind, and I'm never the one to take bait because I'm too smart. And that I'm very smart and I'm a piece of art and I just want to be known and appreciated. I just want to be loved and considered. I swear this world can get vicious, but just remember there's still good left in it. If you know it or not, just take a deep breath. I'm sure you'll find your new start, you'll find your spot, and you just have to invest. Invest in yourself and make sure that you also rest. Don't give yourself any time to dwell. You made it, at least. Made it out of the hell, and you're here with every piece, every step of the way in a journey. And things can only come once in a lifetime. That's why when you have something good, I suggest you keep it close. Try your best to let them know how you feel and how you care. Everything happens for a reason, and every experience could be in the air, but people who know the experience know that it's not just that. I love myself. There's only one reason me and myself have come to where I'm at, and even if I'm up or down, just know, believe in yourself and believe in what you can be. Because not everybody can believe in me the way I believe in me.
Aisha, the artist, ladies and gentlemen. That was lit. That was lit.
That's a poem for you. That's just a little spoken poetry.
Yeah. We did
I
be on
really,
stage saying that.
I really do want to speak. You don't know how many words I have to say. I
You
really
know,
have
I
so
reckon when
much.
you start doing concerts and hear this out. Start off with a spoken word.
We're gonna start with telling me
Before you
what
get into before you get into
the singing and the
the singing and the
rapping.
rapping,
Those
start off.
glasses
You know,
are on.
it's like the prayer. It's like the prayer. You know,
Yeah.
before the storm. I think you should get into
The
it.
glasses are on. We're ready
Yeah,
for
it's
business.
like, hold on, guys. We need some peace and quiet right here.
Thank you. No,
Yeah.
I fucking agree with that.
Oh, it's
I
killer.
like that
Yeah.
idea. Nah, for real. Poetry has been the beginning of me writing. So I was writing poetry since I was like what? I was in primary school, kindergarten, let's say. I was rhyming things together, and then from there, when I was 13, wrote my first proper song, structured. From there, I just taught myself. I've
Yeah.
played 7 instruments in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
What instruments do you play?
Well, in America, when I lived in America in Oakland, they make you play one instrument a year. So I played Cello. Mind you, I was too small to play cello.
Bro, what the hell is cello?
This thing was
Oh,
the cello, yeah, the big
that big ass,
violin. The big ass
yeah, yeah,
So I played that for a
guitar
year.
looking thing, yeah.
Yeah. Then I played trumpet. Then I
Yeah.
played flute. Then I played violin. Violin was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Then when I came to Australia in 2010,
Flute.
nigga, I went back to the violin. I was like, the violin was a vibe. All right,
Yeah.
I love that shit. Cello too big for me. Trumpet, you need too much air. Same with flute. I'm like,
No, not
I
flute.
ain't-
What's that one they force you to play in? The one that's like
It's a trumpet.
plastic. No, the plastic. The plastic one.
Excuse me, flute.
Not saxophone. It's it's like plastic. You know what I mean? Like
It's a flute. You talking about the flute?
flute? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I was
talking
right.
about the
Flute.
flute. Yeah. So I know I was playing the proper flute back then, but shit. So when I came back, I taught myself piano, guitar, and ukulele.
Yeah.
So I taught myself them three, and now I have a ukulele. I play my little mysterious piano that I play at, and it's a vibe. Like instruments and singing and
I was only ever good at
rapping.
drums.
Oh, drums! You want me to do the drums? I can do that.
That's it. Nothing else.
I used to
You
do
give me
pen
any of
tapping.
this stuff that I need to read.
Nah,
Like, hell no.
give me 2 pens right now. I'll make you a beat.
Like, tell me what beat I need to play. I can bang it out on the drum with my hands. Don't even need sticks.
Nah, for real. When it came to primary school, high school, pen tapping, like I could do that shit back in the days too. Till now, like I don't know if you remember like the cup song type shit, like back in what was it? What was it?
I'm probably too old for that.
Know what
I don't know.
How you know the cup song?
What's the cup song?
You know
The
song with the cup.
no,
It went crazy.
wait, what was the movie? Pitch Perfect.
I think yeah.
Pitch Perfect, yeah, it was Pitch
Nah,
Perfect.
I was already out of high school.
You don't know? Nigga, give me the cup out. See,
I was already out of high
it was
school,
Pitch
man.
Perfect though. Yeah,
Yeah.
that ass. Nah, that was a jam for real. Nah, but music, like I say, music doesn't matter what instrument, what piece of equipment, what
Even
piece
language. Music is something that moves the people. You know what I mean?
Life is not gonna be the same without music.
Yeah.
Life is not gonna be the same without people being able to express themselves, you know, in any kind of shape or form that they choose.
Music
to.
gets the best of human emotion out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
Music
it takes
and
you
dance.
to, sometimes it can take you to a dark place.
And dance.
Sometimes it can take you to your happy spot. You know what I mean? Like
It better
music
do both.
is something that is very important
Very.
in our, existence. So, yeah.
I agree. I feel like apart from that, being able to be comfortable in your own skin, being able to be yourself, and really showing the levels of yourself and the actual consistency and work you're trying to put into the craft that you're trying to get out. You know, so I feel like the more the people want to listen, the more you're gonna get the acknowledgement and the exposure that you deserve to have, regardless of what you're talking about, because people can actually feel when you're being real.
Yeah.
And like speaking from personal experience, I can watch a podcast and be like, oh, here we go again, the same topic.
Yeah.
Or like they're not being genuine about what they're saying, or it's just they're trying to get clout or whatever. But when you're really hearing someone actually opening up and trying to express themselves, I feel like that's more important than just talking about any other topic that is just trending, you know?
And this is what this platform is about. And we will have you back
Definitely.
to dig deeper.
This is only the
So,
beginning, for sure.
You know, today, she's here promoting her music and, touching on surface level things. And she'll be back and we are going to dig deep because this platform is for survivors, fighters, and people that are real and are going through real things in life. And yeah,
Definitely.
Aisha, the artist.
Cheers.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank
Been amazing having you.
Thank you. It was nice.
Great
to be
episode with
here.
you. Remember, guys, subscribe,
Like,
like,
yeah.
share, and I'll comment.
No, we're definitely coming back here.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure. The glasses came on. It was time for business.
Yeah, oh, it's business. Yeah,
Definitely. Nah, we're going to be back here for sure.
for
And
sure. Good to have you.
I appreciate you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
I think we
It's
killed
a new
it.
studio, by the way.
Nah,
Looking nice.
And I was the
First-
first.
Yeah, never forget it. Yeah.
Sensational.